across the map.
No.
I don't know. It becomes certainly a little less potent, doesn't it?
They do. I mean, they do have Astra that they could put on top of that spike, like
Yeah, like a star.
her gravity well and whatnot. But I don't necessarily think it's as much of a concern as it would be having to deal with not only with the viper poison on top of a spike, right? Because I mean,
Hmm.
it's
One
definitely there.
kills
But
you, one
hey,
doesn't.
yeah, it paired up though. Gravity Wells paired up with those shock darts lineups. It's definitely possible. Cairo on the sage. So this time around, they're sporting. He's sporting that sage. I'm curious to see what strategies they have to pull out of their pocket here. They are starting on attack, so it's gonna be a
Well,
bit
if you thought you
of a
saw aggressive
change.
walls last time, okay, this is looking
Yeah.
real wild.
These are gonna be those boosty walls that I'm expecting to see over here.
The more gimmick walls, the better. Grim would be proud if you were to look
Mhm.
at this VOD. Very slow start, though, I have to say, for ookers. I mean, they've just kind of made a lot of noise, a lot of presence towards B long. Not so much over towards Hookah, and definitely not so much over towards A, although they have players dedicated towards either side of the aforementioned places. And it looks like their final destination will indeed be towards A. Sev has heard absolutely nothing. And as contact is finally made, paint shells are tossed out. That is going to be their cue to start pushing in. Gimmicky wall, actually. Look at that. On the high ground will be Cairo,
There it
but
is.
he drops.
Yep. You gotta keep him. You gotta keep him questioning. Oh, it's easy for him to
Oh,
just get back
Cairo.
up. Okay.
That's such a fun wall. It's meant to block
Oh
off
my
U-Haul, but it's a
gosh.
multi-purpose wall.
Absolutely. And now you have three of the koalas just like playing there or trying pushing through. Sorry, three of ookers as the koalas are trying to push through. Screwface has to deal
Oh,
with the
that
three
timing.
already in lamps, and they're just gonna fall. But Spike is tapped. Look at this wraparound.
I mean, that is a massacre. Just unbelievable. A team ace, a flawless team ace, and where do you even begin on that one? I it's kind of hard for me to like really. I don't want to look at that as like, oh, the Kooky Koalas, they looked a little bit,
Mhm.
mismanaged or something like that on their retake, because that was a very tough nut to crack, so to speak. I
Yeah.
think Ookers just, with the wrap, with the triple U-Haul setup that they had going on, plus some really good timing onto Screwface, a little bit of unluck, also a lot of skill comes through from Ookers, and they end up taking that first round in a very convincing fashion. For this next one, though, Nikki, what I'm going to be looking out for is, I think this is a trend that you're going to be seeing a lot, really strong presence towards B long. This fight for the
Mhm.
orb, I think, is going to be really, really interesting to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I like that they're contesting that. For the most part, though, they've left the shower orb uncontested for the side of the
Yeah, they're trying
koalas.
to
They're
cut
just going to
noise right
keep
now.
giving that up, but not tapped just yet. As this is the orb at play. This is the position at play. They're controlling the teleport. They're controlling the orb. They're controlling an entry into sight. And koalas, they do not want to give this up.
Yeah, because they're not going to be touching that Showers Orb, because look at what's happening right now. They're about to contest Sanderson. They take him down. That's the power of cutting noise, right, Nikki? As soon as he can
Yes.
just kind of deny that information, he might be able to get a free frag here or there. The fight for the orb is still going on over towards B, though. This is a real interesting one, because Harvard has just found one with a classic right click, excuse me. Spike making its way towards a very open
30
plant.
seconds left.
And if you think it's an open plant, it's about to be open season as well. Kooky Koalas, probably their best bet at this point is try to go together and see if he can maybe catch off the Spectre.
Oh, Trill. That's a long range
There it is.
SMG shot, but Harmon will trade out. It's still kind of doable, but I don't know. It's going to be a bit rough. They're not even close to even getting to that
Oh my
site.
god, they're
The
checking.
post plant position.
Player standing.
That's a swing. Mochilla, no HP doesn't matter. Will eventually fall to Ange. 1v2. They're not going to give them that 1v1s though, as Ange will fall and Ookers, they'll take this to 2.
Honestly, pretty admirable attempt though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to find 3 guns when you're basically only working with a collection of classics, kind of disarming a couple of Spectre users. That kind of really throws things into a bit of disarray as we enter the 3rd round here, because Kooky Koalas are going to have all the Phantoms that they could ever hope for. but only 2 players are going to be able to effectively bonus on the side of ookers. And you see this sort of disjointed buy. I mean, Kairo's on half armor, Phantom, Vandal for Mochila, but then you're seeing like a Sheriff plus those 2 Spectres. Money's in a little bit of a strange position right now, but with the hero rifles, that means they definitely believe in their chances of winning.
Oh, Mina so aggressive, will get Harmon, but Kohler eventually trades him out. It's still a 4v4 here on that entry, but that orb swinging to the side of the Team Ookers as they're trying to push their way through. Delay. They're not going to commit. They're going to fall back.
Massive kill to find, though. The Sova being the first member to die on Kooky Koalas, that is a massive denial of information. Think about how useful that drone could have been to try to retake an important vital, or an artery of the map, excuse me. Now, no longer going to be part of the equation. I mean, this looks very good for the Ookers, as right now Kooky Koalas with the denial of sound that they've gotten, they're going to have to kind of gamble and hope that they can win some of these fights after bringing the wall down.
Oh,
And
Screwface!
thing is, Nikki, it's going relatively well.
It is Screwface holding things down,
Kohler!
but Kohler on the other side will grab himself free. Mochila on his own wants to get that spike down, get a little bit of economy boost here, but has to deal with the 3 of the koalas. He's trying to fake it. Oh, it's looking very rough for him.
No
He's
shot.
gonna take this out, save his gun.
10 seconds left.
He barely
Will he have
has enough
time?
No, no,
Barely.
he doesn't.
No.
Nope, 4 seconds. It's going to be 3 by the time he hits it. It still would be good to do to get that ultimate point, mayhaps, but yeah, that was a gamble. Not quite enough time. He was off by just a second. That round was already going to be a pretty tough ask. I don't think you could really, make fun of him for wanting to save that rifle anyway.
No.
I think that was a perfectly admirable goal. This is my worry, though. Look at this, Nikki. It's kind of a weird buy, isn't it? Cairo is going to be sitting on the Sheriff, everybody else adorned with rifles. I kind of like that approach, and you're really happy with the aggression that we saw out of Mina. Is that something you see repeated, maybe?
Honestly, I want to say that yes, but it looks like he's going to be doing that over onto the other side of A. They've left A pretty much uncontested for the most part, but Trill will find Anderson. This has been kind of like a battle that they've been doing every time. Anderson, for the most part, has been winning it, but this time around, Shower's control no longer on the side of the Koalas as they're down a man, and Ookers, they're trying to force this rotation over.
And they just kind of sit on this, I'm pretty sure, right? Aggro drone through from Kooky Koala spots absolutely nothing from B main, and that's going to cue them to start trying to, again, take control of this orb.
They've already swung themselves over after making some presence zone at A, and I do like it. I mean, look, Harmon, he's on his own, still trying to see if he can get a pick, force a shot. Seekers comes out as Koalas, they're expending, and they're on the hunt, trying to see where the rest of the players are.
Yeah, I mean, these Seekers are very, very telling, though. Look at the rotation start to come through, the noise being made, the push certainly in effect. Nikki, this should be a spike plant, but everything becomes a lot more lethal after the fact. Great shot from Screwface starts things off. Again, that's a Sova taken down. Big denial of information.
Big indeed, as that Tasmanian Tiger on the hunt, trying to see if they can find somebody. That's a dash through on the side of the Koalas, but they're dropping down. Screwface will find himself one, evening things out a bit here. It's still 3v3, but they need to get onto that spike at some point, so they're looking for those kills. Kohler and Ange getting themselves kills, and Cairo to his lonesome, but we've seen him. They line up. That's a Raz and a round going to the Ookers.
What the hell, Cairo? A double swing gone horribly, horribly wrong. Look at this again. They tried double swing. They played that exactly how you should. You know, the whole lineup thing, that's a problem, and that's a Phantom diff. They couldn't have done that. That is a play brought to you by the Phantom. Unbelievable. Just that round
new
barely
cookout sponsor, right? eBay, HyperX, the Phantom.
And Phantom, yeah. The Ion Phantom, probably in particular. I mean, That thing is
in
nasty good.
particular.
Oy, and the dire consequences of losing that round just barely hurts so much. Bladestorm used. Screwface had a big round before, but unfortunately not quite in this case. Anderson is going to be the one doing a ton of work. 2 kills, making this a little bit more possible, a little bit more palatable, Nikki.
Definitely. Hunter's Fury looking to
Oh my
tag
God.
someone will find Trill. Cairo swings as well. Sprays takes Anderson down. Heals himself up. Oh, but that spike will go down.
Wow.
Huge round for the
Unbelievable.
Koalas.
Yeah. Striking right back like that, you have to be equally as excited. ookers barely inch one out. You're riding the high of a crazy 2K spray down like that, and then you just get obliterated by a group of Spectres and Sheriff. I mean, that has to be such a horrible feeling after such a high that you were riding, but that was great from the Kooky Koalas. It was a 3v5 that they converted otherwise. Kohler with a quick flank through Market could allow his teammates to fully rotate towards A and try to fight. Anderson with a massive 2K. It was beautiful from Kooky Koalas, and obviously big ups to Harmon as well with that Hunter's Fury.
Absolutely, and we're looking at a save round here on the side of ookers, having to deal with the full rifle buy, so they're just going to aggress through. That's a double satchel onto site. Even riding, Kohler rides it as well a little bit here, so they'll get themselves through. They'll get that spike down, but Anderson will find the opening kill, taking Trill out. Spraying down that wall. There are still 4 ultimates at play, though, for the side of ookers to try and protect that spike. Oh, Mina looking the wrong way. Gets that showstopper out, will still connect, takes Kohler out. Anderson and Harmon each grabbing themselves 2, and ookers down to 1 as I finish my sentence. So Anderson with the triple kill. They'll secure this round, get the defuse, and Koalas will tie the game.
Kinda crazy that they even managed to get spiked down when things seem so one-sided after the fact. Oy, ookers. It's not unexpected. That's normally what we would be kind of imagining would happen on a full eco, on a thrifty round like that, but certainly wasn't the case when Kooky Koalas have those pistols in their hands. And, well, it matters only so much here. That's a round given up, tied up like you mentioned, but both teams are going to be eating good here. Full rifles. I guess you can say Mina, you know, still on the Spectre, but that gun is pretty crazy. I still think of it as a full-on rifle.
It right now, I mean, with the range, if you're connecting with the heads, it might as well just be the baby Phantom.
I know, right? It practically already is. I don't know what you mean. Come on now.
It's the child, and we're seeing again this, you know, attempt of a control for on the side of B main to get that orb. Mina tapping it will get spotted by that drone, but right now they're just standing next to that teleport, so it's just keeping the Koalas on edge as far as, well, were they actually committing? Hunter's Fury committed by Mochilla, looking to see if they can clear some of the Koalas out of sight, but no, Ange will hold things down. They will posture over here, making sure that they can't get in. Mochilla, though, will find Kohler. Harmon to trade, and it's still very doable, but Cairo swings, finds the kill. That's a wall.
They teleported?
That's...
No.
Do they commit? Screwface with the operator, though, grabs himself one. What?
30 seconds left.
What's the game plan here?
Well, I'll have to touch on that a little bit later. The thing is, this one's still going and isn't quite impossible. Screwface makes it definitely a bit more difficult. It was a weird round from ookers, and having to rely on Cairo in order to pull this one out certainly isn't
10 seconds left.
maybe the game plan that they had heading into this round. Get that spike down and maybe there's a chance, but it is slim to none.
Spike planted.
Oh, shorty in hand, though. Cairo
He's
wins
one away
that
from res.
duel. Absolutely.
Here's one person over towards U-Haul, but can he justify actually committing? He's going to be playing under... towards Hookah, excuse me, not U-Haul. This is such a sneaky angle. He's going to have to flick up right after Harmon.
That's...
What a duel by him.
He just runs by, little drive-by to the head, and they'll get that diffuse, get this round. They'll even recover that operator.
That is a big round for Kooky Koalas to win. Very much a swing round, too. It breaks the eco of ookers. In addition to that, actually, wait, I mean, the eco is pretty crappy. I don't think they actually justify buying here. But, you know, they get up to those ultimates. I mean, really, that is probably one of the biggest rounds that they could have won just in the early stages of this game. It's huge to build that momentum. As for ookers, their game plan, it felt a little bit mismanaged because they had a lot of presence in towards B, but if you stared at the radar there, Sev was still kind of lurking about over towards A. It felt like maybe a miscomm. He arrived a bit too late to the party trying to find a rotate through spawn, but didn't find anything because of that Viper's Pit that was already committed towards A. There was no realistic reason to rotate unless it was absolutely necessary. It's just kind of one of those situations where they're relying on a kill and they never ended up finding one.
Koalas find the opening kill here. They've already taken down one, and this is gonna force the rest of ookers to rotate over onto A site. They want to aggress themselves here. They want to get that spike down. They are on a save, so they'd be happy to even get that spike down at this point. But Screwface making things difficult with that operator. They will Cairo.
Vertical
Bro,
wall.
Spectre on the from that wall ride, but Anderson finds himself too, and it's Mochilla on his own, trying to see if he can equalize things here, but eventually he will fall, and Koalas, they will take another round.
Again, not too bad of damage, though. I just absolutely love that crazy wall run from Cairo to find the kill onto the player holding triple with a Spectre. I mean, that's certainly one way to skin a cat, I suppose, right? One way to take care of an opera, I think, would be maybe more of a pretty phrase for it. But yeah, I mean, once again, we reset. We go back to one of those situations where everyone can buy up a gun, and we look to see maybe ookers try that strat again, but again, I'm going to be keeping my eye on Sev. Last time they tried that B execute, it seems like he was just kind of waiting for something to happen, and ended up not being part of the round much whatsoever. Tactical pause as well, I should mention. Probably not a bad time for it.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you want to try and slow down whatever momentum the Koalas are doing right now. So it does come at a good time. You do see ultimates online ready to go on both teams. You have like 3 Mochilla's ultimate already on deck. All he needs is an orb or a kill, and he'd be ready to set as well to protect that spike, or even like clear out like halls or some other area of the map that they want to expend that on. And that's going to be definitely needed by ookers here. They are on a full buy, much needed. It's kind of been a little bit frazzled for them for the most part. So it just comes down to that execute, like, and where they want to commit here. They've had a little trouble after their early momentum trying to make their way onto a site.
Right. I'm just wondering if it's something that a pace change would help solve, or if they just kind of need to keep on what they're doing, or keep on doing what they're doing, really, and I don't know, just manage a util a little bit better. God knows exactly what the doctor orders, but you have to somehow read that handwriting, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be so frustrating. Like, if you want to look at how the Koalas have been doing their lineups, prior to that, they would contest and play and have like an aggressive hold on this, but now you're just looking at that operator locking down B main. And
yeah, this is huge.
It really just forces this delay on the side of ookers, and pressure is on them to get onto site. They have under a minute left, and they need to commit to something.
Well, they're starting to, but look at the info that they just got. Kohler with his nice, wonderful dingo, that trailblazer, spotted absolutely nothing towards B main after they just started fighting there. They can start easily raiding those rotates over towards A, and yet they're going to be completely right in that regard. Spike goes down. Mochilla looking for a point here. That's a Hunter's Fury. Now they can start playing post-play a little bit more with it, Nikki. Cosmic Divide use as well. They have all hands on deck to try to win this round, ookers.
Absolutely. Seekers looking for some bodies. They are just hunting things down. It's a little bit of a stress test here for Koalas. They're going to tap that spike, forces that Hunter's Fury out. There it is expended. Screwface finally takes down Cairo. Ange and Cole are picking themselves kills as well. That's going to be a defuse that they're trying to stick to. They will keep at it. No fakes over here. Mochilla
Oh my
has
God.
to run from the other side of the map, but Screwface triple kill closes it out. Koalas on 6.
Amazing round for Koalas. What in the world was that? Perfect denial of every a big problem factor that they had. Screwface, we're following his POV for a majority of it, undeniably the MVP. Even if he didn't get that last kill, he still already would have been because of that kill that he got onto Cairo. Holding towards U-Haul, posted on the angle while his teammates tapped the spike. I mean, it was just kind of a foregone conclusion that someone was going to walk into his crosshair, and he was just so ready for it. Massive for the Kooky Koalas, and they're going to easily move their way up to 6.
There it is
vintage
again,
Screwface.
though. Screwface
This is the
taking
Duhaka
out
Baka
Cairo at the very start of the round. And that's your stage. Res is on her. She can't res herself. Or he can't, I guess. But now ookers down to 4, trying to figure out a bit of a frazzle here as they want to figure out where they want to commit.
Certainly a big question mark. Aggro Joan, down B long. Look at this. Remember, in the past, every time they haven't seen anything, they start rotating a player over. That's going to be Kohler in this case. You see they're also exploring towards B long, but a counter drone comes through from the attackers, and that's going to keep those rotations there. Screwface needs to stay alive.
Mina, that's a satchel through, gets the showstopper kill, grabs as well a rifle on hand, but ookers, they're down to 2 against the 3 of the Koalas as they get that spike down. Still very doable, but it comes down to their post-plant positions and picks. Mina gets that pick, but it's Kohler that wins it out. Make that a double. Cosmic Divide, not even necessary, but you know what? Fancy as they make that diffuse. It's a good view. Kohler, nasty round, takes that to 7.
I don't know. Kohler always plays like he has the highest sensitivity in the world, but just the crackhead aim, you know, it's unbelievable. The cracked aim, rather. Crackhead aim. I mean, I don't know. I guess with the movements. Cracked aim, Mans is wild. That's now 5 post plants in a row, I want to mention, that Kooky Koalas have been able to retake and win. I think we're starting to notice a trend here. I was kind of seeing it as a problem factor, but I didn't think it'd be this notable.
Ooh, that's a save to boot for the side of ookers. They're looking a bit lost on this side of the map and not knowing what they want to do here. That's a swing,
nice
but
try
Mina
on the
to
punish.
fall. Yeah, I mean, Phantom versus Baby Phantom. Anderson wins his duel out on the other side of the map. And, you know, like, ookers, they're down to 3 bodies against the 5 still of the Koalas, and they're not even made their way onto a site yet.
Yeah, this is a pretty rough state of affairs, to say the very least. You're going to have to win some pretty crazy fights if you want to have this swing the other way. Trill, I guess, has a shot. Screwface would have to hit a bit of a flick in order to actually take this man down. But don't bet your house on it.
Oh!
There's a 1. No swing attempt because of dash. That's big. Screwface.
Very big. Misses it, but that's a shorty to come out, and flawless round for the side of the Koalas. They are running away with this game, 8-3.
Yeah, it was looking really good at the beginning for the Ukers. I mean, post plants, as I highlighted before this game even started, I knew was going to be a problem with the composition that they're running. But and then in just some cases like that, it's Screwface taking control of rounds almost single-handedly. Great 2K towards short A, all by his lonesome. I mean, I think everything that has been going wrong is still continuing to go wrong. I don't have any new analysis on my part. It's just Uker's got to keep on trying to throw bodies at the problem.
You know, why change what's working so far for the Koalas? They found what they needed to do to hold things down, and Ukers, they're gonna just try and aggress their way through as a team of 4 onto B site right now. They'll push through, but Mina first to fall. That's a gravity well as well being used on site, but it is still Koalas just finding the kills.
They need to res here.
player
They
standing.
really do, but Cairo to fall
That's
Kohler
it.
on fire.
One day.
Just unbelievable, unstoppable monster towards elbow. They need that resurrection there, but the fact that it's not going to come to fruition means that you have to rely on Sev to do it alone. Mans is a
Yeah.
monster in his own right, don't get it twisted, but I don't see it happening.
Has
He's
to
going to jump
feel
up,
rough.
get spotted. Why did they wall that? Gives him
A
in.
little bit of hope, but to fall. And yeah, I mean, we're
Switching
coming to this
sides.
at the half, and if you're ookers right now, you're trying to figure out, okay, new side. I mean, arguably, I would say that their lineup should fare well as the defenders this time around.
Right.
So, can they swing this momentum? Can they take this all the way and just win out the rest of the rounds? Honestly, the first couple rounds to start is going to be so pivotal for them to
Spike down A.
change the momentum that the koalas are having here.
Enemy remaining.
Right, it is a bit of a stereotype. You need to win the pistol to win the game. It's so important. But, I mean, there's a reason it's said and echoed so often. It really is going to be true in a case like this. Losing, 8 rounds in a row?
Yeah.
Ay, rough state of affairs for ookers. Just being able to get one together is going to help your mental. You'll start saying to each other in TeamSpeak, all right, come on, we got this.
We got this.
13-9, no problem. But it all starts with a single frag here. I do think this lineup will fare a little bit better. This composition, rather, will fare a bit better on defense, but that equally stays as true for the Kooky Koalas. Anderson is going to
Yeah.
be a massive factor, basically every single gun round here.
It comes down to being able to reset, but Mina first to fall in showers.
A right click from that range. Oof.
Oh man. I mean, and look, like we talk about this orb control and teleport control on B main. That's a wall expended to hold it down. But Cairo will already spot a few bodies here. Has to deal with that drone to give away that position too. Through the smoke even. And they'll teleport over, take it all to the other side. Ookers, they're being forced to run around.
30 seconds.
No heals,
That's
but
a spike
Trilda
point. He
with a
just dropped it.
frenzy. What?
Last player standing.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It just looks a little bit silly. Fight's still overwhelmingly going their way.
Absolutely.
Much
And locks it in. Triple kill for him. And Koalas take it to 10. Oh no.
I think he was just trying to drop the spikes so someone else could plant it. But wouldn't he have run over it and picked it up again? I don't really know. Either it doesn't matter. Again, it just looks silly. Like, throw the spike at him, kill him.
That's just, I think, one of those oh shit moments, right? You know, it's a
Yeah,
jump
right?
scare. That was a jump scare. And yes, if you're finding out, discovering Valorant for the first time, yeah, it can be a little bit of that kind of game. It happens. Look at this aggressive play, though, on the side of ookers. They're going to change things up a little bit here, looking for
shot.
some kills, but no, they are just feeding Father Frenzy over at mid. Oh my god.
Someone just getting trolled by the sheriff there. Unfortunate. 145 damage, but not the final 5 necessary to actually post a frag. It's going to get mostly healed up as well. That could have been a good opening. You know, that's not necessarily an uncommon strat to see, excuse me, trying to collapse it on market like that, but
Yeah.
in most cases that's exactly what happens.
Spike
Not much to
planted.
say.
It's down to 2
Potential time.
as that spike ticks away, but it looks a bit rough. And obviously, like, you want to die. And that is exactly what Sev will do. Cairo will try to do the same, but hoping to maybe take 1, maybe 2 out with him. We shall see. But they're going to keep him busy, keep him far and distant as they're flanking through, eventually to fall. And that is 11 to the 3. This is kind of a shellacking on the side of the Koalas right now.
Oh, yeah. I feel bad for Kyra there. You could tell he just looked around like, how? How do they know? What the hell, dude? Yeah, I mean, really, the scoreline I think actually doesn't really tell the full story of how one-sided this has been. Just kidding. No, I kid. I mean, some rounds have been close, but you think about the few round wins that ookers have. One of them was Cairo being able to get a crazy spray down in a
Yeah.
1v2. The other was a narrow pistol victory, or sorry, not a narrow pistol victory, a very dominant pistol victory, and then the follow-up. Like, it really has been Kooky Koalas with the hard reads and beautiful beautiful retakes for this entire game. It's just Kooky Koalas not showing a map one form.
Absolutely, and that's already Screwface through, but eventually to fall. Troll and Mina at least holding down this side for now as the Koalas are dropping as they try to entry through Kohler. We've seen him on fire. Can he maintain that momentum as him and Ange tries to see if they want to commit to this site or maybe take that teleport over onto B, but I mean, you see
Don't
even
waste
ookers like Sev still sitting outside of that the teleport, not committing just yet. They need to clear sight. They still have plenty of time to play with this as Kohler takes Mina down. That's a good kill to equalize this map as they will ride that
Guess who's
teleporter
waiting?
onto B. Yeah.
Oh, there's another tripwire. Tripwire part
Oh
2, baby!
my god! And Seb will punish that. That's a spike down. Has to try and swing over, but Ange with that
Wait.
Spectre
Okay.
gets finally taken down from behind. And, ookers, they
That's
buy
so
themselves
funny.
around here.
Oh my god, the double tripwires from Sev as well. Looking back, how much of a difference did it actually make? Because Mochilla just barely got the timing to kill that player
Yeah.
before they were possibly going to go teleport. If they weren't slowed down by the tripwires, excuse me, you might have, at least in theory, seen that round go maybe the other way. I don't know.
For sure. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I mean, that fight allowed, because we saw, like, Seb not even, still postured outside. So it bought him some time, put himself into a position that he can take advantage of them still getting out of hookah. But here, out of part 2 aggression here. First Screwface, Mina, though, with that judge. Hey, judge taken out. That's a trade. Trill will answer one. 4v3 here on the side of Koalas. The favor is on their part. They're going to work to get that spike down. While the rest of ookers rotating themselves over, hoping for kills, but not going to happen. Kohler again on fire, finds that head. Oh, that's a gravity well, but Seb jumps through, removes Screwface. This judge is so nasty.
This game sucks. Oh lord, if Sev wins this will be the most legendary round. $1,600 gun has caused so much economic harm to either side. It's awesome too because, Kooky Koalas, Duhonkabonkalus rather, they got their name by being just kind of crazy with the Bucky. Now they're continuing it with the Judge. No matter the shotgun, they're nasty with it. Spike planted towards B though. Viper's Pit expended as well. And I'm wondering, because this was a force-up, or sorry, this was a bonus, excuse me, from ookers. Never mind that. I think Sev probably goes for this.
Yeah.
First
He
player by
is
elbow.
trying to hunt, swings around, but it is Ange that gets the advantage there as match point for the Koalas here. They're looking to take this to a map 3.
Looks very possible, winning each other's map picks. I mean, I've said it a couple of times before, but I really didn't think either one of these maps was going to overwhelmingly go the favor of one team or another, but I have to say, ookers, the fact that they chose this map is certainly a bit questionable, considering how some of these rounds have panned out in the long term.
For
Except
sure.
it's going to be a full question mark. God knows. what's going on there.
Yeah, I personally, I love that map, but ookers, look at their economy. It is just absolutely demolished here, but they do have 3 ultimates online, and you have to go all in. This is do or die for them in this round. It's very possible still, but they're gonna have to deal with operator in the hands of Screwface, rifles on hand for everybody else, and that's still 3 ultimates available that they have to
Right.
deal with too. That's gonna deal and mitigate like whatever attempt for a spike, like defuse and whatnot. But
It's an uphill battle, yeah.
Very much so. Uphill battle with like weights attached to your ankles. you know, maybe like your child strapped to the back. I have no idea. Like that 12-mile. It's
A 12-mile
it's a
ride.
battle in it. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, certainly doesn't inspire confidence, but it all starts with a single round, I suppose. Technical pause finished up here. I'm glad we gotten that all taken care of, and yeah, it also kind of doubles maybe as a bit of a tactical, right? You get to use this chance to talk about things. God knows you're gonna need to be absolutely wild.
Yeah. Look at this though. You can aggress through. I mean, I must say though, Screwface, even with the operator, how aggressive Hunter's Fury to try and clear things out. Mochilla takes down Harmon. That's the spike carrier. And voice
What
of
the hell?
the goddess, Sav as well, grabs himself a kill. Koalas, there's I think they might be asking the same question here, like what the hell just happened?
The two members for them to finally take out the operator and someone who could just seriously provide them so much info. I think at this point, if they get one kill, they're going to pop Seekers. Otherwise, they're probably either going to die immediately here. Okay, they got the kill.
Oh,
Seekers
that
don't
is
seem impossible to
crazy.
see.
Player standing.
No,
Oh,
they
no.
don't. Mina as well finds himself another. Still, Anderson on his lonesome here. Grabs that
Halftime.
spike. He has to commit to this site. Has to try and either find a kill.
10 seconds left.
There it is, the one.
Still, long flank about to come through.
Absolutely, he'll get that plant spike.
No
No
shot.
time anymore,
No!
and
Oh, no time.
they will take
Oh.
this.
Anderson is
Ooh.
so cracked though, Nikki. Man, this is insane. That is an NT. I want to see NT from everybody. Like even in the game chat, like legitimately gave that a really good go. Saves the gun taboo as well. Could maybe drop one over. I think having double hero rifles would actually be a pretty wise move. God knows.
Yeah,
Actually, no. Wait, they have the knives. That counts as a rifle.
They do, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a round that they can definitely afford to save on. You know, having if they can even force some of the ultimates outside from the side of Ookers, I think they will be very happy with that. That's
Right.
the Blade Storm, as you said, used, and
Every ultimate matters.
oh, for sure. Look at how much they've already pushed through. Mina,
Timing.
Boombot in hand, gets caught out. Anderson with 2 so far. Trill takes out the doppelganger, but it doesn't matter. Kohler already getting those kills. Koalas
peeking.
3 to the 2. This is still
1 to
a
3.
battle that is anybody's round here as the Viper Wall is up, Spike going down. Cosmic Divide as well is used here. They really needed that extended, and they're going to be very happy about this. Anderson! Triple kill, finds Sev. And it's looking very much like this is the end. This is the game.
Wow.
13 to 5. Koalas. We will take